The Naruto universe has been steadily exploring concepts and scenarios that expand to the outside of their Earth, initially with the Otsutsukis, and now we've been introduced to beings inside the Kara organization who seem to rival or even exceed the Otsutsuki in terms of like knowledge and strength. So, how potentially dangerous are these individuals within the Kara organization or Kara as a whole? We know that Boruto Naruto Next Generation's manga introduced the Kara organization recently, whose inner circle is comprised of extraterrestrial beings with immense power. It is also stated that this group is connected to the very seal that Momoshiki gave Boruto. Now, Sasuke stated that the world is still in danger by stating that strong beings with power equal to the Otsutsuki are currently working in secret from the shadow. This danger that Sasuke is alluding to is indeed the Kara organization, who is led by this menacing individual named Jigen. Now let's take a look at Kara. Their end goal, or their whole goal in general, is not really known, but we do know that it involves a vessel, which is extremely crucial to their plan's success, considering how they basically go about their business when the vessel is lost. It's a big deal. With that being said, I've begun to realize how dangerous this group is in all reality. I've analyzed Kara and their methods, and I want to break down to you how potentially powerful and deadly this group can be in this Naruto Boruto universe. Okay, so first let's talk about Kara's structure. Kara seems to be broken into two groups. There is the inner circle, which is comprised of the leader and the higher ups within the group, who seem to be mostly extraterrestrial beings except for possibly one or two. And they have an outer circle who seem to be the kind of outside agent slash workers, who are people who are integrated into the different shinobi societies and just societies all over the universe. So we learned that Ao seemingly survived the 4th Great Ninja War. I mean, it was so crazy when we saw this dude because he got blown to smithereens by a bijou bomb. So he was able to survive because he was fitted with ninja tech on some Darth Vader shit in order to function. So he was able to do this with the assistance of the dude who created the scientific ninja tool. He basically created some prosthetics that were able to help Ao live a regular life. But now this dude really on some Anakin shit because he is a member of the outer circle. He's an agent of the outer circle for the Kara organization, and they just gave him a mission when he got introduced in the chapter. So he's an outer member, and his current mission is retrieving the lost vessel, which crash landed on the outskirts of the Land of Fire. So we know that Konohamaru versus Ao is coming in the next chapter. Next, let's talk about the power slash strength that Kara potentially holds. So most of the members aren't human. We can figure that by just looking at these members, and kind of, it seems like they weren't even present in the current realm. They seem to be, when they were talking, they were using some type of communication genjutsu, but it can be assumed that they possess strength and resources on the same level that the Otsutsuki do, because they are kind of an interdimensional working group who travels and operates in different sectors around the universe. When it comes to their offensive capabilities, I've seen the Kara member Kashin Koji, the dude with the mask. He uses a technique called the True Fire of Samadhi, which required no hand seals, and he basically burned this dude down to the ground. Now, it is a possibility that these individuals use a different variation of principles to create weaponized energy and don't follow the traditional ways that shinobi use it. I'm kind of thinking of some Full Metal Alchemist vibes when I think of it, because it could be compared to something like how in Full Metal Alchemist they had people using the regular alchemy, and then they had people from this other land who use like alkahestry. And in terms of how they use chakra and all the other stuff, it could be different between these Kara dudes and then regular shinobis. They might not even use chakra at all. They might use something different, but I feel like that might be something that might be going on. Finally, I want to talk about the Kara organization's intelligence, which majorly ties into how dangerous they are. So they operate on an interdimensional level, so that shows their intelligence out of the gate. Next, the way they operate is very smart. Their group is very dangerous, considering that their outer circle of members operates and hides in plain sight within society, and they're basically like a double, it's not really a double agent, but they got dudes all around the universe just like in regular society, is just blending in and carrying out Kara's wishes. So this allows them always to be one up on their enemies. When you compare the people in Kara to the people in Otsutsuki in terms of their approach to doing things, you can clearly see the difference. Kara operates covertly in the shadows, while Otsutsuki, they're very brash and they kind of just do shit very obnoxiously. So this made me make a connection between this situation and Star Wars. Again, in Star Wars, the Sith were once like a brash group, but then they implemented the rule of two, and with the rule of two implemented, the Jedi thought they basically all died and stuff like that, but they were actually operating in the shadows, and the Sith started to basically blend into regular society and take positions of power within the Republic, and they were basically operating in secret, which ultimately led to the destruction of the Jedi. So this makes me think that the Otsutsuki were kind of like the ancient Sith, and the Kara relate to the modern Sith who operate in the shadows, and that's what made them so dangerous, because basically they were right under their noses. Like, it came from within, the destruction came from within. So I mean, Ao is sitting there riding in the Leaf Village and he's a Kara agent, so it's just like, come on dude, like this dude is working for Kara and he's inside of the village. Like, that shows how deep they are within everything. So in all, Kara is an extremely dangerous group because of how smart their methods are, and they will pose a serious problem in the Boruto story. They'll most likely last a very long time within the story, considering how they operate. And in terms of the extraterrestrials, I'm pretty sure they are another extraterrestrial group, and they far surpass Otsutsuki from what I've observed, because they're just on some next level stuff. Like the Otsutsuki, they seem to be very power hungry and just kind of stupid in terms of just going about things. They do some type of planning, but they all just very obnoxious. But these Kara dudes, man, they're in the shadows, man. They got people operating as agents, the outer members. They got people lying in the village for when they need to pop off. Like, it's crazy, man. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. How do you feel? How threatening is Kara compared to the Otsutsuki? Which do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're not. Also turn on notifications, ring that bell. Anime Analyst, I'm out of here. Peace.